join the applause. A standing ovation here from the crowd. Lots of excitement. And there they are, the two of them. I'm here with Mica Mosbacher, Republican fundraiser, along with Lou Dobbs and David Asman. Mica, what'd you think? Vice presidential material.
Yes, he knocked the ball out of the park. And I visited with Congressman Jordan yesterday from Ohio, and he said he's so well respected in the House, he would have been Speaker had he stayed. So I think that he's the yin to Donald Trump's yang. It's a perfect combination, and he can govern.
Lou?
Folks are on their feet. They have been through a very long evening. It's an unprecedented evening because of Senator Ted Cruz, the Republican National Committee. All the Republican leadership have got to be immensely disappointed in Senator Ted Cruz as well as his followers. The RNC saying it was an utterly classless act. It was worse than that. We could use all sorts of adjectives to describe that, but less than what a man should do in what the moment required. But also as these things work, you look at the energy and the enthusiasm for this ticket. It is remarkable. And Donald Trump looks all the larger for some of the smallness that he has had to encounter on his journey to that stage with Mike Pence tonight.
You know, there was a moment there where the cameras caught Donald Trump as he was walking in. You anticipated him being there to thank Ted Cruz for his endorsement.
Exactly.
And it didn't come. Yeah. And the crowd was furious, and the cameras cut back to Ted Cruz, who was smiling on stage. David Asman, who's joining with his reaction as well. And, you know, I'll tell you, a lot of politicians have said to me, there's one person they just don't trust, and it's Ted Cruz. I mean, is this the reason he's got no friends in D.C.?
Oh, yeah. I think what this whole election process has done is tickle out the real character of the people involved. Part of that is because of Donald Trump, because he knew how to press on the most sensitive nerve of every candidate that he ran against, thus bringing it out for the whole public to see. But as much as Cruz just hurt or perhaps even killed his political future, I think Mike Pence just solidified his. What Mike Pence has done is he has brought the conservative movement into the corner of Donald Trump. This is something that no other politician I've seen so far has been able to do, because Trump is an outsider. He's an outsider to a lot of conservatives. That's why so many of them went to Cruz. But Pence has brought those conservatives in and given them a perfect excuse to vote for Donald Trump. This is a remarkable moment of bringing those two centers of the universe together, Trump and conservatives.
Will these people, these former supporters of Ted Cruz that are now supporting Donald Trump, not be able to forgive him for what he did here?
With Mica sitting here, let me say about Texas.
Yes, we got a couple Texans here. This man from Texas
is going to have a hard time finding a home there.
Yes,
because this is not the way he should have been raised. I don't know how he was raised. This is not the way an American behaves. Your word is your bond. You stand up straightforwardly. He has taken the Republican Party's money to participate in a primary. He got whipped, and he got whipped awful in his mind. But the fact of the matter is, he had a responsibility, just as he's talking about children, and he behaves like that in his speech. He talks about children and turns with a grin as if he is the most insincere person on the planet.
I know, and I don't want to agree, but I do, Lou, because if ever there was a moment, it was tonight. And we relied on him to unite the party. And I am disappointed, and I think, you know, I'm worried. His career may be over come November in a New York Minute.
Why should it survive? I mean, this is appalling. The nation's future is at stake. He is participating, seeking the approval of all these people, these delegates, and those they represent, and he behaves like that.
You know, I just want to remind the viewer of how bad that moment was. We felt it here in this room, where the crowd just turned on Ted Cruz. Let's show everyone a clip right now.
We will be able to say freedom matters, and I was part of something beautiful.
Not so beautiful.
The crowd anticipating that, and they started booing it as if they knew how that was going to sadly end, that paragraph. I truly believe we watched the end of his political career, certainly in the Republican Party.
And it's tragic he has such a bright future.
Probably not anymore, as you're both pointing out. 10 minutes before he came to the stage, we have reports that members of the Republican Party, the RNC, they actually thought he was going to endorse. Well, most people were thinking. I know that you had started to hear some rumblings otherwise.
You
heard he wasn't going to do it.
Otherwise, absolutely, and had given an interview stating that I thought he was 80% there, and it was a quantum leap for him to be here tonight, but that he would not endorse Donald Trump.
So why come? Why come, right? Maybe John Kasich did the honorable thing, saying, I'm going to stick this one out. Yeah. Why come here and get the crowd so hopeful? It seems manipulative.
He's looking forward to 2020, but I truly think that Donald Trump has a great chance of winning, and winning probably with the landslide, because Hillary Clinton is so flawed.
Donald Trump is a man standing as a giant in comparison to people who many people thought would actually win the nomination. He is a giant by comparison to Ted Cruz, to John Kasich, to Jeb Bush. I personally think he is a giant in far more ways. His story hasn't even begun to be told. We are watching a national media so quickly reach to the left, to the Democratic Party and their candidate. It's going to be interesting. Mike Pence said, half her work is going to be done by the national media. I watched a few people. We're sitting here with the national media around the rim of the floor of here, and there were some sort of, a little strained faces amongst some of them, thinking, well, wait a minute, that's true, but we better get.
Well, we're going to talk coming up after this quick break to some former Ted Cruz supporters. We're going to see just exactly how they feel about him now. You guys don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with the whole team right after this.